Alright, now it's time for my Nintendo 64 collection. I do realize that my collection is very, very small, but I really thought it would be worthwhile just to show you guys what I've got for now. I do plan to get a lot more games in the future though, but for now I really just haven't had the time to. N64 is a great console. I really like it a lot. I never had one when I was younger. I was actually a PlayStation 1 guy back in the day. So I never really had any experience with the N64 until now, and I really do like it a lot. So yeah, so let's get started with the stuff I got. Probably the most important thing is my N64 console itself. This is the black version, obviously. And mine works perfectly well, of course, and mine does, in fact, have the red expansion pack inside. This actually came with it when I bought it, so that was kind of cool to get this for free, but as of right now, I don't have any games that use it, but I will get around to getting, some of them eventually. And then we got my controllers and controller accessories here. We've got my Game Boy Transfer Pack. I do have Pokemon Stadium, which is the game that really uses this, but I don't have any Game Boy Pokemon games, though, so I'm thinking about trading this thing in, actually. And plus, I really don't like Pokemon at all, so, this thing really doesn't serve me much of a purpose. Alright, anyway. And then I got a Rumble Pack right here. This thing is really, really cool. Actually, it is the first controller to have, a rumbling feature. So this thing is really, really neat. It doesn't feel quite as responsive as a lot of other, rumbling controllers out there, but, you guys got to keep in mind, this is the first system to really, use that, so that's really cool. I have two controllers. Both of them are from the Funtastic N64 line. I have a Smoke Gray controller and an Ice Blue controller. Primarily I use this one because the analog stick is the best out of all of them. This one just feels kind of rough, so I just use this one for an extra one in case I have a friend over or something. And then the most interesting things that you guys want to see, the games I've got. Alright, my first N64 game that I ever owned was Mario's Tennis, and it's really a fun game, but I really need to get around to trying this multiplayer. I actually have not tried this multiplayer yet, but so far it is a really fun game. But I'm sure it's even funner once I have multiple people to play. And then we got Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. I'm a big hockey fan, and this one is a lot of fun, but, it really does feel unrealistic, because it really feels like an arcade-style hockey game, but probably why it is a lot of fun. Then we got Army Men Air Combat. I actually had a lot of high hopes when I bought this. It actually kind of disappointed me. It really is kind of boring to me in a way. I personally don't care for this game too much. Then we got Aero Gauge, which is another racing game that I had high hopes for when I bought it, and it also kind of disappointed me. I thought it would be kind of like an F-Zero or a Wipeout sort of game, but it just feels so much different. I really don't care for it too much. Same thing with this one, Pilotwings 64, another game which I really didn't like. I never played the original Pilotwings for the Super Nintendo, but I'm sure it is a lot better than this, actually. I really don't like this game at all, I'm sorry. And of course, another game which I don't really like is Pokemon Stadium. I was never really into Pokemon when I was younger. I did enjoy the show, but I never really got into the card game and the video games and stuff, so I'm just not that much of a Pokemon fan. If you are a Pokemon fan, then this game is like amazing for you, but since I'm not, then I really don't like it at all. Alright, and of course my favorite Super Nintendo game right now, Super Mario 64 with its box, which I'll go over in a minute. But this is definitely my favorite N64 game that I have right now, and I got it for so cheap too. I got this box for $10 at a yard sale, which boxed N64 games, especially with this, Super Mario 64 box, they're pretty expensive, so I would say I got that for a pretty good price. Then we got Wily Country Club Golf, a really good golf game. This is probably my favorite golf game of all time, actually. Really fun. Then the last one I got for now is No Mercy, which is a wrestling game. I never really cared for wrestling video games, so I really don't have much to say about this one other than the fact that, if you are a wrestling fan, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So really quickly, I'll just show you guys this Mario 64 box, just so you can get an idea of what Nintendo 64 game boxes look like. So there you guys can see that. Mine's the Player's Choice edition, which is kind of disappointing. I didn't get the regular edition, but that's okay. And there's the spine, spine again, and the spine again. And the back, you can see some screenshots right there describing the game and all that. You can tell that this game is pretty old too because it still has the K through A rating on it, so it just shows how old it is. Then we'll open it up, and we got the manuals in there. It doesn't, my box doesn't have the cardboard insert that actually holded the game cartridge in it, but I still got the other booklets that came with it. The health and safety precaution guide, and the actual instruction manual itself. Really quickly, I'll just skim through it. Basic stuff, the control layout and menu options and everything. Full color. Very beautiful manual. So that's pretty much it. That's my Nintendo 64 collection as of right now. I definitely do plan to get some more games. You know, GoldenEye for sure is one I gotta hunt down and find because that game looks amazing. And Donkey Kong 64. Those are the two ones I really want to get. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry not posting videos as often as I used to, but, you know, I've really been busy with school and everything. So, yeah, you can forgive me for that. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.